Hello everyone. Bon vendredi tout le monde. Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de ce qu'on fait pour lutter contre la COVID-19 ici au Canada et des mesures qu'on prend aussi à l'international. Commençons d'abord par la situation ici au Canada. In many parts of the country, the number of cases is still increasing rapidly. On Wednesday, I spoke with Premier Kenney and offered whatever help is needed to keep Albertans safe. I also spoke with Mayor Iveson of Edmonton and Mayor Nenshi of Calgary. I let them know that we're ready to assist in any way possible. In Ontario, the second team of healthcare workers from Newfoundland and Labrador arrived this week. They're joining the first team and the armed forces members to help in Ontario and Toronto hospitals. Right across the country, we have to continue doing everything we can to slow the spread of the virus. One of the ways to do that is with screening and testing. So far, we've distributed more than 26 million rapid tests to the provinces and territories and over 1 million directly to workplaces. Millions more are ready to be deployed. Supporting businesses, organizations, and the public sector in accessing rapid tests is key to identifying and isolating cases and therefore reducing the risk of further outbreaks. That's why we're making it even easier for everyone to access these tests. In Ontario, small and medium-sized businesses and organizations can now get rapid tests at over 40 Shoppers Drug Mart locations. Additional distribution locations and pharmacies will be added soon. Testing works. In April, we invested in the Stay Safe rapid screening program in the Waterloo region in partnership with the Ontario government, Communitech, and the local chambers of commerce. In just the first 2 weeks, more than 120,000 free rapid tests have been distributed to over 1,500 businesses. Cases have been found in asymptomatic people who had no idea they were positive, but because of the test result, were then able to isolate to prevent transmission. We're funding similar partnerships right across the country. In Nova Scotia, local public health has been hosting regular rapid screening pop-ups. In Alberta, Suncor is using 300 rapid tests a week for their workers. We need more of these great initiatives because they work. To help, our government will continue to secure tests and get them out to where they're needed. Rapid tests can be requested directly on a new federal portal, which can be reached through canada.ca/coronavirus in the Limiting the Spread section. More screening and testing means safer workplaces and less community transmission. And that will help us reopen our economy faster. À propos de l'économie, ce matin, on a appris que 207 000 emplois ont été perdus pendant le mois d'avril, notamment en raison des différentes mesures difficiles, mais nécessaires, prises pour combattre la troisième vague. Depuis le début de cette crise, notre gouvernement a agi pour soutenir les Canadiens. Si vous avez perdu votre emploi, on ne vous laisse pas tomber. La subvention salariale, l'assurance emploi plus flexible et la prestation canadienne de la relance économique sont là pour vous. Présentement, la meilleure chose qu'on puisse faire pour notre économie, c'est d'en finir avec cette troisième vague le plus rapidement possible. En plus de tous nos autres efforts pour y arriver, on continue bien sûr de fournir des vaccins aux Canadiens. Mercredi, Santé Canada a approuvé l'utilisation du vaccin de Pfizer pour les jeunes de 12 à 15 ans. Suite à un examen scientifique rigoureux et indépendant, les experts ont conclu que le vaccin est sûr et efficace pour ce groupe d'âge. C'est un pas vers l'avant. Ça va nous permettre d'ajouter une corde de plus à notre arc pour combattre la COVID-19. Jusqu'à maintenant, plus de 18 millions de doses de vaccins ont été envoyées aux provinces et aux territoires. Comme prévu, la semaine prochaine, on va recevoir un autre 2 millions de doses du vaccin de Pfizer. Yesterday alone, over 350,000 doses were administered across the country. That's an encouraging number. And here's another one. 41% of adults in Canada have now received at least their first shot. I want to thank the provinces and territories for working hard to get Canadians vaccinated as quickly as possible. And to all the healthcare workers who are part of this effort, thank you. Vaccines are our way out of this crisis. When it's your turn to get your shot, do your part by making an appointment as soon as you can. If we keep looking out for each other and doing what we know needs to be done, we will get through this. On that note, today, I also want to talk about our efforts to fight COVID-19 around the world. We've seen what we've seen happening in India is heartbreaking, and I know we all want to help. Last week, we announced $10 million in support for the people of India through the Canadian Red Cross. This week, we sent a first cargo plane with antiviral medication and ventilators, and there will be more to come. Again, let me reassure everyone that what we're sending is surplus supplies, so it won't compromise our response here in Canada. Pour en finir avec cette pandémie, que ce soit ici ou ailleurs, il faut combattre le virus et ses variants partout sur la planète. C'est pourquoi tous les pays ont besoin d'avoir accès à des vaccins et à des traitements. Et on doit travailler ensemble pour que personne ne soit laissé pour compte. To help low and middle-income countries access tests, treatments, and vaccines, we will make an additional contribution of $375 million to the Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator. Internationally, Canada has always been a strong advocate for equitable access to supplies and vaccines. We've mobilized over $2.5 billion in response to COVID-19, making our government one of the top contributors to the global efforts. Together, we can continue to deliver life-saving vaccines, tests, and treatments to the world's more vulnerable. We also recognize the important role industry has played in developing life-saving COVID-19 vaccines. We've been working with partners at the WTO to find a consensus-based solution and are ready to discuss proposals, in particular for COVID-19 vaccines. We remain committed to finding solutions and reaching an agreement that accelerates global vaccine production and does not negatively impact public health. This morning, I'd also like to say a few words about Bill C-3 that received royal assent yesterday. This legislation will help restore trust in our criminal justice system for survivors of sexual assault and for all Canadians, while making sure that everyone is treated with respect and dignity. Of course, this wouldn't be possible without the efforts of Rona Ambrose, whose Bill C-337 was the foundation for this legislation. I want to thank Rona for her leadership on this issue and her support in getting this bill through. En terminant, je veux vous rappeler que c'est important de continuer à faire très attention. Pendant que la vaccination se poursuit, il faut suivre les directives de la santé publique locale. La fête des mères sera bien différente encore cette année, mais c'est tout de même le moment de penser à elles et de les remercier. Une chose est certaine, notre gouvernement va toujours être là pour appuyer les mères et les familles pendant et après cette crise. Je sais que ça fait trop longtemps que beaucoup de gens n'ont pas pu serrer leur maman dans leurs bras, mais ce n'est pas le temps de lâcher. On doit éviter les rassemblements et continuer nos efforts ensemble pour traverser cette troisième vague, pour pouvoir profiter des temps meilleurs qui nous attendent.